throttle cable, and I'm going to finish up the foot pedal, gas pedal, throttle pedal. Pick one of those that you like, and that's what we'll call it. Right here with the throttle pedal, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off to relocate this in the opposite direction. So I'm going to have to pull that bearing out. So that's the bearing there that is inside this block. Which is demonstrated over here too, the same kind of thing where it's right. So I'm going to cut this off, and then what will end up happening on this opposite end is that this sleeve goes over here and makes a good tolerance fit there. And what I want to do is, that's about an 8 or 1032. So I want to beef that up to a 1/420. So I'm going to drill that out, tap it to a 1/420. And then that's where I'll end up putting my throttle pedal, which is an old sewing machine, antique sewing machine foot pedal. And I'll end up drilling this out and slipping that over to the proper adjustment with some red Loctite. And like I said here, this, you can see the different size in that thread pitch there. That screws into here currently, but that's, I just feel that's just too small. Want to come up with at least a 1/420 thread. You can see that that's considerably different of a size there. So that's part of what I'm going to do to fix this throttle pedal to work out with my new throttle cable. And that cable will run through that there, and I'll be able to pin that cable down. So part of it, what I'll end up doing now is, like I said, I'm going to cut this part off. Then I'll relocate this bearing back in here, put the pin through it, put the locking collars down, and then I can get a better idea where this is going to be located now. All right, so we have this removed. And after I get the bearing back in it here, and then I'll end up re-hooking up the shaft and the lock collars, then I'll get a better idea how much I'm going to have to take off of this as far as shortening it and turning it the opposite direction. So let me let this thing cool down enough, and I'll insert that bearing back in there and install all that stuff, and then we'll take a look-see at it. With this throttle cable. So this bracket here was off of a job that I did at work where we were replacing some TV stands, wall mounts, and I just saved one of them because I thought it's black powder coated, and I might be able to use the bracket someday. And it was probably a year ago when I did that job, and I saved that bracket, and now I pretty sure I'm going to make it work. Back here, I'll cut it. It's not, there it is, but I'll cut it back there to fit. And I'm getting 2 bolt locations right from that throttle body intake bolt and this one here, so I won't get any of the back and forth action. Okay, so where we've left off, as you can see that I have taken that pin and cut it out of there, shortened this. It used to be down in this location. And I've got a spring holding it up. So I'm working my way through the issues, and I'm getting most of them taken care of. I've got an area here now that I'm going to have to cut away so I can get this to come through. You can see that I'm hitting right there. So I'm going to have to take my grinder to that, cut a pocket out, and make enough room to get full throttle. But I've worked these issues out. That's when I'm up there looking, I can see where that's full throttle. So, okay, I'm gonna have to leave it here. Get back on this when I get another opportunity. The pedal's working out. I just got to tweak it. Got a little lean on it now. Okay. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. And we'll see you soon.